Michael, this is an opportunity for you to provide your comments, but it is not a time for back and forth questions.
So this is where it would be better if we treated the consent items like consent items and not like public comment. The little backhanded stuff that you do to citizens.
You ever have that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming?
That will move into our consent agenda. Does either commissioner wish to remove anything for further questions or comments? Okay. Does anybody in the public wish to remove anything from our consent agenda today for further comment? Sarah, do we have anybody available for public works? I'm confident that the commission has read the packet, and we already indicated that we don't have any questions. Just want to know if we have anybody available.
Chad, if you could just provide a brief overview of the project, that'd be great.
Sure. And we're talking about the proposed road project that we requested authorization to solicit bids. Is that correct? With that, I guess, is there anything I'm leaving out, or do you have questions about the proposed project?
Thank you, Chad. Excuse me. Thank you, Chad. This is Commissioner Reed. That was a very thorough overview. I appreciate it, and the context of sort of the current climate for bids. So I appreciate the overview. With that, I'll double check if that raised any questions for commissioners. Okay, seeing no indication of such, I will go ahead and open this up for public comment. Michael, since you pulled this item, you have 3 minutes to provide public comment.
Okay, Chad, I really appreciate the information that you gave. I have no doubt that the program needs to be done, and that's not why I pulled it to speak on it. I pulled it to speak on it because anytime that the public has an option to question where money is coming from in this county, we need to start doing it. Because there are large overruns in savings in the county's bank accounts while our bank accounts get smaller. And that's kind of a problem. And Chad, I appreciate the information. I do want to clarify, are you saying that we're moving ahead under pricing that was priced out in 2020?
Michael, this is an opportunity for you to provide your comments, but it is not a time for back and forth questions.
Okay.
You can put your comments.
So this is where it would be better if we treated the consent items like consent items and not like public comment. And if you had the person that pulled the consent item come up here and express his concerns, so that Chad would have the opportunity to clarify whether it's actually, was this placed on the schedule several years ago, and now we're just now looking at the financial expense of it. That's what I'm saying. If we would run this meeting the way it's supposed to be ran, the people could get the information they need. You guys think I'm here just to harass. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to make this meeting more accessible to the public and more understood for the public. And what I understood there is that we're working ahead on money that we planned to spend 2 years ago up against inflation and all this other stuff, and we haven't done any planning for that. That concerns me. And if projects are taking so long to work their way through, that by the time we're looking at what we're going to spend on the project and the time that it actually gets bid out, that the projects are overrun by 30%, then maybe we need to think about how we're timing these projects out and maybe get the bids a little closer to where the money's being approved or where the money's being contemplated being spent. This is our money you're spending. It's not just play money, monopoly money that you guys get a complete wash of every year. It's our money.
Thank you for your comments. I appreciate the overview, Chad, and appreciate that this is, as with all things, especially in infrastructure planning, you have to do long-term and long-range planning, and you estimate costs based on information that you have in the present time.
So we were going to do public comment, but now we got to show why Michael was
wrong. It is
wrong.
impossible to know what
the
tangible costs will be when that time comes. So I appreciate that this is a priority project.
The little backhanded stuff that you do to citizens, like interrupting what had moved on to public comment to try to show how Michael was just completely off base for coming up here and questioning anything.
I think you outlined well why it is a priority project, and am comfortable moving forward. Any further comments from commissioners before I make a motion?
Are you not going to do any other public comment?
I apologize.
Since you interrupted it.
I apologize for my mistake. Sometimes I get a little out of order. Is there anybody else who would like to provide public comment on this?